Hey everybody, this is Christian Lestat Bussiere, and this is my vlog. Alright, let's talk about Officer Cousins. Now, if Officer Cousins pulled me over, or was in a situation where he had to police me, I would say it would be a conflict of interest because of the reason I did so many videos against him. I went on public radio, went on public TV. I've said he should be fired on my own cable access show. I say he should be fired on the radio. But if he pulled me over, I would say this would be a conflict of interest. And that would be basically him harassing me. And he could not actually be in a situation working with me in a professional situation. Now, if you are African American, you could say that you are so offended by the video that he was in where he was making jokes about the African American guy who was shot in the head, and you could say you're so offended that you cannot deal with this police officer. You could probably also use the conflict of interest too, because you could also say that you feel that Officer Cousins is racist. That's because he did say in his video that's one less drug dealer that we have to deal with. Now, the reason why Officer Cousins called the guy that I shot in the head a drug dealer was because he was African American, he was black, and he was on the Lower East Side. And as you know, and everyone else know, when the cops are patrolling the Lower East Side, everyone they see who's African American or who are not PC enough for them is scumbags and trash. And this is how cops actually think. This is my opinion, so don't try to say I'm slandering anyone, but it's my opinion. I can see it with my own eyes. I could read their anonymous comments they leave on all the YouTube videos and the topic forums. And you can always tell by the way they talk who's a cop and who's not a cop, even though they have their anonymous name. But all I have to say is this is ways that you yourself, as a citizen in Erie, Pennsylvania, does not have to deal with Officer Cousins. You could also tell Cousins that you do not feel safe talking to him and that they have to call another cop. But in all actuality, you don't have to talk to cops unless they're called out on you or something. But if you're walking down the street and a cop tries to talk to you, you say you do not consent to this conversation. You don't have to give a name to a cop. You don't have to give an ID to a cop without a strong, proper cause. And that cause has got to be like someone really looks like you when we're shooting a gun, or you were in a fight and they rolled up. There is very, 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 very little reasons why you have to talk to a cop. Never talk to a cop. Remember, if it's Cousins, this is a conflict of interest, or any other cop, just say, hey, I don't consent to conversations with police officers, and I do not wish to be detained. If I am being detained, you better have a real legal reason to be detaining me, or you are a criminal breaking my constitutional rights.